Today I will show you the non-slip loop knot. It's very useful for every angler in both freshwater and saltwater, as it allows the hook end to move through a great range of motions. The non-slip loop knot isn't easy, so you need to practice it, and with time and effort it'll pay off. I've broken this tutorial down into 6 sections. I'll start by showing you how the knot works in real life underwater, then go through the different applications for using the knot and the pros and cons. I'll then give you 2 examples, one with thick line so you can see exactly how to tie the knot step by step, and then one using monofilament, which reflects how you'll be tying the knots yourself. Finally, I'll give you some tips which will help set you up for success. If you enjoy this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. It'll really help. I'm planning on releasing more videos of different fishing knots, so if there are any that you'd like to see, then please comment below. I've also broken the video out into segments in the timeline, so you can select which section you want. As you can see, I have 2 examples of jig heads, both tied with non-slip loop knots in the water. The knot allows them to move naturally underwater, which results in a natural presentation to the fish. In the first example, I'm jigging up and down the water, and as you can see in the second, showing a retrieve of both jig heads. Now let's look at the applications. It can be used for topwater lures, twitch baits, jig heads, weighted hooks, flies, and hooks with live bait. The pros of this knot is that it allows for more action at the hook end as it can move freely, and it also gives the hook end a greater range of motion in the water. The downside is it can slip if not tied correctly, so it's important you practice and follow the steps. Here I have 5 examples. From this lineup, the knot can be used with the jig head, fly, and the 2 hooks if you're using live bait that needs to move freely in the water. You should not use it for this crankbait. If you notice, it has a split ring attached to it, which is playing the same role as the non-slip loop knot. So you would attach this with a uni or clinch knot, which I'll show you in another video. If you're using less than 15 pounds mono or fluorocarbon, you will need to use 5 turns. For 15 to 30 pounds, 4 turns, and so on. I'll leave the details from the slide in the description below. You want to start by coming 6 to 7 inches up the line and make a simple overhand knot. Pass the tag end through the eye of the hook and pass it back through the overhand knot you've created. Notice the line is going back in the same direction it came out the top. This is very important. If it goes through the other way, it will not set correctly. You now want to make the overhand knot smaller and push it down towards the eye to reduce the size of the loop you're creating. Then start wrapping the tag end around the main line. I will use 2 wraps in this example, which is recommended for 60 pounds and over. Then pass the tag end back through the bottom. Notice all 3 passes enter and exit through the same side of the overhand knot. To tighten it up, press down on the loop and pull the opposite direction on the main line and tag end. Then pull the main line and hook to make it tighter and cut off the tag end, which you'll notice is pointing down towards the hook, which will help avoid snags. There we have it, the non-slip loop knot. Come 6 to 7 inches up the line and make a simple overhand knot. Pass the tag end through the eye of the hook and pass it back through the loop you've created. Notice the line is going back the same direction it came out the loop. This is very important. You don't want it coming back through the other way, as the knot won't set correctly. Slide the loop down closer to the eye, as we don't want to create a very large loop. This is how the knot should look now. Pinch the knot between your thumb and index finger to keep it locked in. Then start wrapping the tag end around the main line. I will use 3 wraps in this example, as I'm using 40-pound monofilament. Then pass the tag end back through the bottom of the loop. Notice all 3 passes enter and exit through the same side of the hole. To tighten it up, pull in the opposite direction on the main line and the tag end whilst pressing down the loop. Make sure you add water or saliva before pulling on the main line and making it tighter. Cut the tag end off and you'll notice it's pointing down towards the hook, which will help avoid snags. And there we have it. Finally, I just want to take you through some quick tips to help you with the knot. When pulling down on the line, make sure you lubricate it with water or saliva. You can also use pliers on the tag end to pull the knot down tighter. At the end, pull on the hook and the main line to make sure the knot isn't slipping and is secure. If you do this correctly, the tip of the tag end will be facing towards the hook, which will help reduce the risk of snags. Finally, leave a little bit of tag end sticking out, so don't cut it completely flush to the knot, as it may pull when you have a fish hooked. Thanks again for joining. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit the like or subscribe button, as it'll really help. I'm planning on releasing more videos of different knots very soon, so if there are any that you would like to see, please leave your comments below.